This is a total station, and it's also called a laser transit. And if you take a look at this, you can see that it spins around. It's got all sorts of fascinating doohickeys and widgets, and isn't that fun? It has a bunch of different things on it. It's got a detachable battery that runs it, provides the electricity for it. And it's also got a scope, just like a camera scope. It's got a lens, and this looks like a camera eye. On the other side of it, it's got a place where you can zoom in or zoom out so that you can see through the camera really well. This top thing is also a scope, and it has a little arrow on the inside, so if I'm trying to find one little point, I don't have to look through this camera, which is really zoomed in, and go looking around for it. If you've ever tried to find anything with a pair of binoculars on, you'll know what that problem can be like because you're so zoomed in you can't see it. So this little scope allows us to find stuff that is farther away, and then we look through this. This is another scope, and when you look through this, it points straight down. And that allows you to see the plumb bob that we talked about earlier. So when you put this onto your tripod, you can look through this scope and look straight down and see the point that you're trying to get to on the ground. These are the power, and this turns it on. And if you turn the transit on, it will make lots of little beeping noises and ask you to put in information about where you are in the world. These buttons right here move the transit back and forth in an arc like this and up and down like this. But they do that in really, 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 really tiny little amounts, so that if I want to find something, I take it and I find what I'm trying to look at, and then I lock the transit in and make tiny little adjustments that this camera probably isn't even showing. This is a tape measure. And it's a regular kind of tape measure that you see people use all the time. One of the important things for us, because we're archaeologists, is that this tape measure has centimeters on it. And centimeters are really important because archaeologists measure everything in metric units. Sometimes we measure things in standard units when we're doing historic sites, but when we're trying to figure out where we are, we stick to metric. We have flagging tape right here. This flagging tape is attached to anything that we pound, any stakes that we pound into the ground to let us know what we've measured. This is a compass. A compass tells you where north is all the time. The compass always points north, and it's based on magnetism. The North Pole is always in the same place, and the magnetics in the compass point to the North Pole, no matter where you are in the world. So we use this to determine location.